Hi, I'm Hadley, and today I have a 15-minute fusion class for you. So, this is going to be a combination of yoga and Pilates. And really, the emphasis is to find ways in which we can best support ourselves, support our body by engaging our core. So, a lot of times we think about our core as just our front abdominals. In today's class, I really want you to think about how the core is this whole corset. So, our front body, sides of the waist, and back body. And when we're able to just bring some awareness to those parts and help kind of deepen, strengthen, maybe lengthen, we can better support ourselves throughout our day. So, whether that's releasing tension, strengthening those areas, or just bringing maybe your awareness to those parts that you haven't in a while, will just create a better sense of support for who we are today. So, we're going to start in a seated position. We're going to bring our hands either onto the knees or maybe hands to the center of the lap, but however you arrive, feel yourself grow tall through the spine. So maybe even take a wiggle from side to side through the sides of the waist. Feel the shoulders move away from the ears and let the eyes gently close. So allow the belly just to softly connect back to the spine, not with all of your intensity, but so that you can feel yourself supported. You can feel a little bit of energy being created into the center. And just notice what that energy feels like today. Does it feel tiresome? Does it allow you to feel that you can sit up taller? Maybe feel a little bit more empowered. Just bringing that awareness to who you are, where you are, and how do you feel in this moment. And then we'll allow the belly now to soften. And notice if that changes anything about your posture or the way that the spine feels. We'll come to take the left hand onto the heart, and we'll take the right hand onto the belly. So fingers spread wide. So we're taking in the full area. The eyes will continue to stay closed. If at any time, if you'd like to open them, always feel free. But just in these next few moments, we'll feel into the connection of our breath. And oftentimes, we tend to breathe from just our upper half of our chest. So I want you to see if you can start to activate a deeper expression of breath, your deep inhales and deep exhales, so we can start to feel that breath move into your hands, your right hand in particular that's on your belly. And feeling that support of breath move in and out with ease. So nothing that really has to be controlled or forced or strived for, but just that easeful flow of breath. Take one more pause here. All right, we'll go ahead and release the hands now onto the knees. Draw the chin down towards the chest, but let your eyes flutter open. So just taking in your immediate space around you. Still feeling your spine lengthen, and maybe begin to re-engage your belly back towards the spine just so we can support the back body a bit more. And now we'll take the chin up towards think where the ceiling and wall might meet. So you can feel some length across the front of your throat. We're not completely collapsing through the back of the neck, but it's a lift of the heart, a lift of the shoulders. The collarbone feels nice and wide. All right, and then we'll bring the head back to center. Take your left hand down onto the ground, and you want to bring your hand gently away from the body, maybe a soft bend into the elbow. Your right arm comes up and over. So you'll feel the left shoulder move away from the ear, so we're not crunching, we have some space. We're starting to elongate the right side of the body, and your left hand is pushing firmly down so you can feel your sit bones reconnect onto the mat. So again, when we think about our core, our sides of the waist are included. So, bringing that awareness, that connection, that length and strength to those areas also. One more breath. And then we'll come to rise back up to center. Let's go ahead and switch. So the right hand's going to find the mat, again, just a little bit away from the body. The left arm's going to circle up and over. And notice that we want to keep the chest open. So instead of rounding across the front of the body, feel that left shoulder draw down your back. All right, and then the right shoulder moves away from the ear. So if you have a little micro bend to the elbow, that's fine. Want to feel again that stretch from your left hip reaching all the way up to the fingertips, so nice and long through the side of the waist. Beautiful. Come back to center. And now we'll go ahead and pull through onto our hands and knees. So come through to our tabletop position. And we're going to stack shoulders on top of wrists, hips on top of knees, bringing your gaze just a foot or two in front. So we're creating a long spine from the base of the neck all the way down to the tailbone. And I want you to feel with every breath, every inhale and exhale, that the belly is pulling away from the ground. So for instance, if my belly wasn't engaged and I was just kind of letting it droop, my hips might push back and my belly, would feel extended down towards the ground. So we have a little engagement. We feel that length through the lower back, belly pulling back towards the spine. All right, and then we're going to keep both knees down onto the ground, but we're going to float the right shin off the earth. All right, go ahead and walk your right shin over towards your right shoulder and bring your gaze towards that right heel. So again, just bringing an engagement into the side of the waist. You'll feel your obliques activate. And then we'll bring it back to center. Keep the right shin lifted, but we'll take it over to the left. Bring your gaze over the left shoulder. And then back to center. We'll take the right shin down and we'll go ahead and take the other side. So the left shin floats. And we'll start by bringing the gaze over the left shoulder and the left heel comes to walk a little closer. And we'll come back to center. And then take it across over to the right. And then back to center. Awesome. All right, so now we're going to tuck the toes and we're going to activate a little bit more energy into the core. So this is going to be activating into our upper body as well, but instead of just making the upper body do all the work, we want to feel, again, belly engaged. So you're going to hover the knees right off the ground. And again, with every inhale and with every exhale, you want to feel the belly pull away from the ground. Another breath here. And then gently release the knees down. Untuck the toes and then come to sit back into child's pose. Taking that counter stretch. Feel the forehead just softly release down towards the earth. The belly is soft in between the thighs. And then let's go ahead and rise back up onto hands and knees. Retuck the toes and lift the knees back up. So hovering right over. And we also want to feel that our lats are activating. So it's that muscle right underneath the armpit starting to work down along the side of the body. And then again, release the knees down. Come back one more time, child's pose. All right, now as we rise back up onto our hands and knees, we're going to work into a different core activation. So I want you to go ahead and take your right leg out long behind. We're going to start by flexing the foot like you're pushing the back of the room away. And if you're feeling a little unsteady here, you can keep both hands down to the ground. If you feel you have some balance, we'll go ahead and extend out the left arm out long. And feel the left palm open towards the inside of your mat so the shoulder can come down your back with greater ease. If you are lifting that right leg, for instance, a little too high, we're going to feel that into the mid and lower back. So go ahead and take the leg directly out from the hip socket. Take another breath. And then release back down. And we'll go ahead and switch. So the left leg will extend out long. Let's start with the foot flexed. And then the right arm comes out long. Another breath here. Notice if one side maybe feels a little bit more stable, or maybe you feel a little bit more wobbly one side than the other, and that's okay. And then release, hand and knee back down. All right, let's go ahead and tuck the toes, lift the hips up, come through to down dog. And from here, we'll just pedal through the knees. Maybe swivel through the hips. Feel the head relax in between the shoulders. And then bending into both knees, you're going to walk your hands to meet your feet at the back of the mat. Keep a micro bend into the knee. We're going to grab opposite hand to elbow. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe even just give it a shake yes, a shake no. Make sure we're not holding on to any tension there. And we do want to keep those knees bent just so we're not locking through the joints. We want to feel that we're engaging more through our muscles. So hamstrings, lower back, as opposed to locking from your knees. All right, hands now reach down towards the ground. Feel your belly engage back towards the spine. And we're going to slowly begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time with this. There's no rush. Head is last to rise. You have to shake your hair out of your face. And then we'll take the arms down along the side. Inhale, arms sweep back up high. And take the hands back down to the side. We'll take the chin towards the chest. And begin to round down through the spine once again. Feeling your belly engage back. Feel the head and shoulders heavy down towards the earth. Once the hands either reach the ground, or if you're not quite there, if your hands are maybe hanging off the mat or right above the mat, that's okay. We still want to keep just a little gentle bend into the knee. And then with control, again, belly engaged. Let's go ahead and roll back up through the spine. Head and shoulders, again, last to rise. And when they do, sweep the arms up. And arms come down along the side. Last time, chin to chest. Roll it back down. So a standing roll, classical move that we do in our mat classes. Just breathing space in between each part of the vertebrae again. This time now we're going to put a little bend into the knee, and let's go ahead and walk the hands back out. We'll come through now to a tabletop position. We're going to walk the feet together. So I want you to notice where you feel this engagement. Do you feel like your hips are dropping? Do we feel that more into the lower back? If so, bring your hips a little higher. Do you feel that your arms are shaking? If so, you can drop down into your knees, and then when you're ready, you can come back to it. We'll hold here for 3, 2, on 1. Come down onto the knees, and then we'll come through to our seat. So, we're going to get a little bit more core work now. So hands are behind the knees, and we're going to start with the support just so you can feel into what the range of movement is supposed to be like. Feet are down, and the knees are a little bit away from the chest, so we're not tucked so close into the body. The feet are able to still rest down onto the ground with ease there. So sit up tall. Feel your ribs stack over the hips. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to engage your belly and then begin to round through the spine. Your arms begin to extend out long. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Begin to round up through the spine. Lift up tall at the top. Take an inhale. And then again, exhale, rolling through the spine. Once the arms begin to extend out long, inhale at the bottom. Exhale, scoop the belly. Rolling back up. All right, on these next 3, we can either keep the hands as we were doing for support, or we can take the arms to the side. So again, find that alignment, that support of ribs over hips, and exhale, roll it down through the spine. Reach your hands to about the knees or maybe center of the thigh. Take an inhale. Exhale, scoop and roll back up. Lift up tall at the top, inhale. Exhale, rolling down once again through the back body. Inhale at the bottom. See if you can keep your feet anchored. Exhale, rolling back up. Lift up tall at the top. Let's take one more. Inhale. Exhale, scoop and roll. Let's pause here. We're going to march out through the legs. So again, hands can be here for support, or we can float the arms along the side. We're going to lift the right shin and touch it back down. Left shin floats, touch your left foot down. Take it right and left. Again, right and left. Let's go for 5, 4, reconnect to your belly. 3, connect to your breath. 2, and 1. Bring your foot down, hands behind your knees. We're going to start to roll all the way down onto our back, lifting our shins into a reclined tabletop. Let's go ahead and relax your head and shoulders, though, down onto the ground. I'm going to scoot myself forward. So the head is down, and then we'll take the arms now out wide, out to a T. So we're in our reclined tabletop position. Feel like there's magnets between your knees and your ankles. So knees hug together. We're going to drop the knees halfway to the right. Feel your shoulders anchor down into the ground, and then exhale, draw the knees to center. Take it halfway to the left, so this is an oblique engagement. Exhale, again, take it to center. Drop it halfway to your right. Again, that left shoulder stays planted down. Exhale, take it to center. Inhale again to your left. And exhale, take it to center. One more time each side. Drop it to the right. Exhale, center. Take it to your left. Exhale, and center. We'll hug the knees into the chest. Take the arms around them. Maybe give yourself a little rock from side to side. Feel that release through your lower back. And then feet come down. One more movement here. We're going to finish this with a flowing bridge. So this is kind of that same rolling up and down through our spine that we did standing. But again, we're down onto our backs. So arms along the side of the body. Feel where your tailbone is landing onto your mat. Engage your belly and then begin to round up from lower back, mid back, upper back, and then we'll lift those arms up overhead. Feel the feet anchor into the mat and begin to roll from upper back, mid back, lower back. The arms come down along the side. Let's take it 2 more times. Lifting back up. Feel that exhale, engaging from the belly. Feel the strength and connection of your feet down onto the mat. And again, belly engaged as we roll back down through the spine. So here we're supporting both front body and back body core. Last time, exhale, rolling up. Feel a pause in this third one. Reach back through your fingertips. And then exhale, roll it back down through the spine. Beautiful. Take the arms back out wide, out to a T. Heel toe your feet wide to the edges of the mat. We'll just do a little release, drop the knees in a windshield wiper movement from side to side. So we release from the belly, sides of the waist, and then a gentle massage onto our sacrum. Okay, we'll go ahead and now heel toe those feet back to center, taking the legs out long and wide. Take the arms into a comfortable resting place. Let your eyes drop and close. Take a slow, deep inhale and a full exhale. Just noticing the difference between the intensity or engagement that we had in our center versus just the softness and ease of your belly as we lay down onto the ground. Again, letting that breath move with ease in and out, either through the nose or you can exhale out through the mouth at any time. Just another moment here. And then we'll begin to wiggle through fingers and toes. Let's take a rotation, wrists and ankles. Maybe move the head from side to side, feeling into the length and sides of your neck. Okay, finding stillness into the center. Reach the arms up overhead. Reach from fingertips to toes. Feel yourself long and tall. Feel into the Release across the belly, the length of the side of the waist, the lift of the lower back away from the ground. And then we'll hug the knees back into the chest. So just a little love, a little compassion for who you are today. Maybe a little gratitude for all the support that you do have in your life. And then we'll come to roll either onto left or right side. We'll come up to face the front of the mat. Finish with the hands at the heart center. And the goodness in me honors the goodness in you. Namaste.